Welcome back to the Elite Racer series. We've exhausted all options. I found out that I could join through Alpha because I had an invite. So I'm now joining through Alpha. Eli's here. I've sent Eli multiple invites. His game crashed, it sounds like, loading in, but he has other invites.
Yes.
So let's hope it doesn't crash like 4 or 5 times. I can see the track. LT, so you've said the race has gone pretty clean so far, and it sounds like Brett has passed Big Jim, who's led about the first 15 laps. Am I correct in that?
Yes. Yes, you are correct.
Whew.
Perfect.
Got a little nerving for a while there. So, speaking of playoffs and stuff, the orange numbers and spoiler, you can see there in Big Jim's car. He's in the chase, so that helps. You can see Brett has passed him. Brody is one on pit road, and Koala is a chase driver. He did come in, I think, tied for last with Alpha. Ooh, Tango's car looks nice with all the orange on it. He even put orange rims on it to try and spruce it up even more. I'm very confused with the running order right now because I've not been here for... I've missed 15 laps, but we'll just roll with it. I think that's Tiger in third. Fourth place is... BKR. Okay, there you are. You're in fifth.
Yes.
That's a nice car.
Thanks.
I want to look at Alpha's creation. Alright. Oh, well, someone just almost wrecked in front. Oh my gosh, yeah, that car is, did it crash again?
Yep.
Well, you have 2 more chances.
Yeah, we got that one.
And actually, then you could probably join through someone. Yeah, so Alpha's car, it looks like I've created green. Is that red? Blue? Pink numbers? Or no, pink outline of numbers. What are the rims? Are the rims purple? Oh, man. They're like a dark purple, it looks like. Oh, interesting. Someone was wrecked on the front stretch or something. There, the game's just dying. Might be that one. Yeah, might be that one. So, as you can see so far here at Phoenix, the wheels are definitely favored, as Brett is leading and pulling away from Big Jim, who has BKR right up behind him, or whoever that is, I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, BKR. I'm so confused. And then LT's up to 4th now.
Yay.
He just got by someone who's saving, it looks like, or
Tiger.
backing off. Tiger. He might just be falling off for Tiger. I feel like it's one that normally likes to run maybe a little bit looser, which might hurt him a little bit in the longer run, especially at a track like this. Possibly Brennan and Alpha are battling each other. Honestly, it's weird with the pink outline on Alpha's car. If you look at it at the right angle, it looks like the numbers are pink. Like the pink and the orange just kind of mesh together. That could just be my color blindness as well. It looks like Eli has gotten into the lobby because I got a boatload of invites.
No.
BKR is by Big Jim, who's now under fire from LT. So Big Jim falling off the longer we run here. A little bit interesting there. LT looking to try and set up pass now for 3rd. This race 156 laps, which means halfway will be at lap 78. So they'll have to make a pit stop or 2 before we get to that point. So LT, is it just going to be both 4 tire stops, or do you think that if it is 2 stops, people will try, or is it just going to be 1 stop?
I have no clue.
Okay. Well, it sounds
I'm
like
not the best strategist.
It sounds like we'll learn along the way.
I'll just do 4 tires whenever I need it. That's the plan.
What is this car? Yeah.
Alpha's car?
Yeah, that
It's
is.
my creation.
Oh lordy.
It's not as good as our creation a few weeks back, Eli, but
Yeah.
it's definitely a lot
It'd be
better than the
alright.
one we made last week, or the one Alpha and I made last week, which was too good.
Good.
Yeah, it was passable. It wasn't good, but it definitely wasn't a failing grade. Speaking of failing, that's not what LT's doing right now. Says he hates this track, but he's up to third just past Big Jim, who started on pole. I think LT is a bluffer.
Oh, I almost just went down pit road.
That will happen here. You'll get loose off the corners in the long run. As Jeff would say, your tires might be starting to lose some grip around now.
Oh yeah, they're bad.
Eli, when you run Phoenix, right? How do you like to run it? I know you don't like it, but how do you like to run it?
Just diamond it off, really, just inner high and then cut low.
Eli's favorite lane around Phoenix is the exit.
Yes.
I don't know you as too big of a Phoenix fan.
Yeah, I'm not.
Brett likes this track though, because he's leading. He's
Yeah.
put a nice gap over second place B car and third place LT. See Brett kind of running wide and trying to get a straighter exit, kind of like you were mentioning, Eli. Especially at this point in the run though, with the tires starting to wear out, it's going to be very hard to do that without, losing grip. But obviously Brett's on a wheel, so that will help it out. Big Jim, for some reason though, even though he's on a wheel, he's been struggling. As we already have cars on pit road. Yeah, that. AJ, one of our chasers on pit road. It looked like another one as well was on pit road. Couldn't tell who it was though. It was someone just parked down there. Why can I not find him? I've cycled through people. How can I not find him? Who is that leaving? Oh God. I don't think we'll ever know. There they are leaving. Who is it? Oh, it was
I
Alan.
don't know.
It's so hard now because everyone's running customs because they're like in the chase. So it's like I don't know who this guy is, but Alan with that almost looks like the that nationwide car that Bowman ran at Talladega in 2019 when he killed the field. It looks like I think that was like an Echo, like an Amazon Echo paint scheme. It almost kind of looks like that. It is a nice car. Meanwhile, Brennan has hit the pits, so I guess he's, I don't know. What lap is it, LT?
32. Coming to 32.
Okay, so they're pitting now. You get 40 laps on fuel, but I don't think you can go all 40 laps on tires unless you really take it easy. So what these guys are doing is it looks like they're going to be splitting it up, maybe? Which is a little bit of an interesting strategy here, because 78, right? So you have to complete 77 laps. So you'd have to go about 39 on tires. You can do that on fuel. The tire part might be questionable. So if you can go, 39 laps on this run, you'd only have to go 38 in the next run. So that's also if you can do that. Some people might not be able to. LT's coming in the 19. He obviously doesn't think his tires can go any lap longer.
Nope, 1% right here.
Okay, well, that's a good idea to pit then. Glizzy followed you in. Meanwhile, Brett is still out there leading. If I can find him. There he is. In like a bumblebee car. And I assume Brett should be able to push this all the way. Tango as well will probably be able to push it to the edge of the fuel window because tires here, if you're on a wheel, definitely work a lot better than on controller. I'll tell you that one. Oh, also Eli, something about this race. Do not pit from the third lane.
Oh yeah, I've seen some people do that before.
I've seen some people do that, and I was too close to someone doing that, unfortunately. I couldn't avoid them. Impossible. Literally impossible. Cut right down to my nose. Wasn't my fault. As Brett is pitting now in the 66. Tango in as well. There goes Alan by Brett, who's one of the first pitters. There's an airplane outside my window.
On the street?
No. In the air. My street is not wide enough for an airplane.
It's landing on.
No matter the size of the airplane, it's not. So those guys went I don't even know if they're going to be able to do it. They went about 36, 37 laps. I do believe. So I don't even know, Eli, if Brett and Tango are going to be able to do it.
You know Tango's going to try something.
Tango will try it for sure. Remember the Kroger finish with he and JC? Trying some tire mileage. It wasn't even really fuel mileage. It was all about the tires. As you can see Brett leaving. We'll see if he keeps the race leader of someone who undercut. Will gain the lead from him. There Brett goes up to speed. Here comes Ball Stick and some others. I think the 5 either pitted really early or is a lap car. I think he's a lap car, Eli. He is. I believe the race for the lead is Brett is still in it, BKR is second, and then you have LT in third, and then whoever's behind LT, that might be Big Jim. I think it is Big Jim, yes. Those 4 are all together now for the lead because of when Brett made his pit stop. So we'll see if anyone can try and do this on just one stop, or if everyone will have to make a second stop, and if you make that second stop late enough, for a lot of people will probably just take 2, or you take 4 to try and get maybe a wave around or something. If you pit late enough, we'll have to see. These 4 have pulled away. There's a battle for 5th. Alpha, I think, is battling with someone. It's Alpha battling with Tiger. That's 5th and 6th. Right behind them is Brennan in 7th. Alpha in that beautiful paint scheme. Colors on every end of the spectrum on that car. Tiger's in like some Honey Nut Cheerios car. Does that not remind you of a Honey Nut Cheerios car? When you look at it?
I mean,
Look at that thing.
you talking about the lime green on the front?
Lime green. Is that lime green?
Yeah.
No, that's not lime green, is it?
It's like light green. It's not lime green, but it's like light. Oh, I need to get my eyes checked too. I don't know, but it looks pretty green. You know, Tigers.
Well, it probably is green. I saw it as yellow.
Oh.
So we'll call that one green.
It's like a greenish yellow. So
Ooh, Big Jim, I think just hit the wall a little bit. LT still right behind BKR, who's trying not to let Brett get away, but I think it's only a matter of time before Brett starts to gap the 11 and the 19 and the 3 again. LT looking for a pass. BKR running wider, LT going below the yellow. Trying to get back into the S sooner. We see BKR trying to use the high side to gain some momentum. It's like BKR, LT, and Big Jim are just the same.
they're doing pretty good to hang with Brett on really tired.
Yeah, they are. I wonder if Brett maybe even is saving a little bit. Just trying to back off and save those tires so that maybe he can make it on one stop while others might have to make 2. Possibly Brett is just backing it off trying to do that. Who knows though? Dive down through the dog leg. LT running lower. BK once again coming up the racetrack with diamonds it. So they do down here in 3 and 4 again. LT will dive to the bottom, not below the L line this time. Big Jim runs wide, trying a different line. BKR ran a little bit of a different line than LT, but they kind of merged in the middle. This time LT looks maybe dime in the corner. See Brett just run low the whole time. Try to do that spin out. Probably hit the pit barrels and I'd be crying. That time BKR maybe pulled away a slight touch off turn 2.
He's lagging.
He is lagging, I can see that. Good luck. It's going to be kind of wider than LT, who runs the bottom. There is lap traffic ahead of the leaders. Here comes that AJ right ahead of Brett. I think he's the first car that Brett would catch. AJ, one of our chase drivers, and then there's 2 more cars up ahead of him, so Brett's just putting such a good pace down that there are just some people that were riding out there, and they're within about a straightaway being caught now. And even Brennan, who's running in 9th, is only about the backstretch length ahead of Brett, so I don't know if Brett's maybe trying to, or Brennan's maybe trying to save tires, if he wants to try and go the distance on just one stop.
Really early, though.
Oh, he did, yeah. Oh, that was a, that was a dart to pit road for BKR. Kind of out of nowhere. That's a little thing that's interesting about Phoenix, is where its pit road entry is relative to everything else, because
someone hit the barrel.
Oh no.
Ran.
He's back on, yeah. But with where AJ's pitting now, with where pit road is, you know, off of turn number 2, you have to go all the way down the backstretch, then pit stalls start in like 3 and 4. But with where you enter, how do you signal when it's immediately off a corner like that? You know what I mean, like you go on the sure, you could say just signal on the front stretch, but everyone's running on the apron on the front stretch anyway.
You gotta hit the wall.
You gotta go down, tap the inside wall to tell people you're pitting. BKR leaves pit road now. There's Brett still in control. LT now second with BKR pitting. I wonder if BKR just knew he wasn't gonna make it, so he decided to pit earlier to get the 4 tires and then use as much an advantage on the 4 tires you could get. Maybe split this thing into thirds. If it was 78 laps, split into thirds. You go about, you know, 25, 26 on each. So, you can see Big Jim going in now. So Brett still leads with LT. They're the top 2. They have not yet made a second stop. Remember, caution will come out with it'll come out at like 79 to go. The caution will. They'll pit with 70. Well, I guess they'd pit with 70. Well, no, they'd probably go around another lap. See LT dive on the pit road now. And Brett's just a lone soldier out there. We'll see if he tries to make it all the way, or if he's going to have to pit one more time as well. Because he still has to go about 22 laps, 22 laps on these tires, while everyone else has kind of been splitting it up, making sure that they can get the 4 tires as soon as possible. Or some guys might just be staying out there hoping for a yellow. Trap some people lap down, as Brett has 2 lap cars in front of him that are racing, I believe, for a position. That's Penz and Wes. Penn's not giving in fact, runs Brett up the track. LT sounds happy about that. And Brett will clear Penn. Now Brett has Wes to deal with in that Mountain Dew car. I thought Penn's was going to run into Brett braking in turn 3. We'll see if Brett can dispose of the... Oh, well, That'll help.
Oh, they put the bumper to him. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There
he
you go.
rooted him up out of the way. That'll easily dispose of the 17. I wonder if Wes was trying to let him by, and he was just kind
Yeah,
of in
just
Brett's
hit
lane. He
him.
didn't know it, and Brett just kind of ran right into him. Because even like after Brett hit him, he was still slow. It's not like he tried to get back in the gas. So I think he was just trying to get out of the way, and Brett came up on him so fast he couldn't really do anything. Ran right into him. Luckily, there's no damage though. Otherwise, Brett would definitely be very angry with some front end damage. Okay, I do want to know: are you 1 or 2 laps down?
1.
Right. Oh, Wes may have just wrecked. It looks like he spun down but saved it, so he's still going through the apron and back up onto the track through the dog leg. I believe Tango's probably still out there. Yeah, he's definitely still out there. How cars are diving underneath him. There's Big Jim and LT. They're trying to gain on Brett, maybe try and get back on the lead lap. I don't know where Brett is in relation to them. Brett, oh yeah, okay, well, they have a ways to go.
Yeah.
Brett putting Glizzy a lap behind. Tiger's just in front of Brett. Tiger may have come off pit road, maybe is getting one of his 2 laps back. He might have been 2 laps down, considering Big Jim and LT are within the same straightaway of Brett in front of him. I would assume that Tiger probably did go 2 laps down. How far behind are the leaders he was. Brett actually into the wall, a little bit off floor, but it was just a little touch. No harm. No foul. I do wonder who is out there with Rez. Pennzoil. I wonder, how many people are trying to stay out as long as possible. And I obviously can't see a leaderboard. Brennan's back in 12th, and he's focusing on his tires. Even though he pitted. But you have to think, Eli, that, if Brett can do this on just 1 stop, that's going to be a lot of people
Oh, yeah. Trapped a lap down.
trapped a lap or even 2 down. I mean, Brennan is already half a lap behind Brett, and he's 2 laps down. As Wes has spun off forward?
Yeah. Pit road.
I think he may have quit. There's Penn's leaving, so I think now we have 3 cars out of this race. Tango is lagging very badly.
Are we shocked?
I am not shocked. Yeah, so I mean, like, if Brett does the strategy and doesn't pit another time, Brennan's gonna be 2 laps down. Well, what happened?
7 buddies. He ran Tango over.
Oh,
Tango just stopped on the front foot. I'm so confused.
well, Brett's coming to lap Tango,
I don't.
which is interesting because I feel like,
So.
all right, Tango is really slow.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Is
I thought the caution would might have been out at first. I thought he was going, but
yeah, I don't know if they told him he was lagging really bad. Maybe he's trying to just get away from people, trying to fill into a gap.
yeah.
I was about to say, if he was saving tires at that pace, then there's no way Brett could make it on tires. If Tango has to do
Yeah.
that, but yeah,
He's
well, look at him
slowing
down
down
the
the
stretch.
front stretch. I don't get it.
Let
Oh.
Alan go. There goes Alpha. They're trying to get one of their 2 laps. Oh, Tango just
he's
lagged out.
out.
My gosh. So that's what, 2 chasers? I mean, we had one didn't even take the green flag. That was Koala. Tango's now out. So that's 2 of our 12 chasers that are having issues. Brett's still out there, fine as anything. Perfectly content to maybe have the whole field a lap down when this is all said and done. If not the whole field, then maybe all but 1 or 2 cars.
Yeah.
I don't know how close Big Jim and LTR, if they've made many inroads. Brett's at the start finish now. They're still about half a lap behind Brett. I don't know where BKR is. Alright, so BKR is closer. He's ahead of Big Jim and LT. I don't know if he's second or not. I assume Tango was second, but then he lagged out.
BKR is third.
BKR's third, so someone else is still out there, it would seem. I don't think it would be Alpha. It would be nice. Who of these people would be out there say... Maybe not even say, who of these people is on a wheel and could do this?
I had no idea.
Yeah. All I know is that right now, well, even like, we don't know who the second person is though, because that second person could be a lap down. Well, this is up there with Dover in terms of races where I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. Someone's on pit road. Is that Alpha? Yeah, Alpha just pitted.
Alpha.
So yeah, it was Alpha that was going out there. He's probably gonna try and take 2 here, maybe.
Yeah.
He went very, very long. He'll probably take 2 and try and minimize, or maybe he'll take 4 and take the wave around. But he probably felt 2 laps down, so. Alpha rolls around to pit road. Maybe his pit stall. We'll see how long he stopped and what the verdict is on what to do on pit road. So now BKR should be up to second with this. Alpha's 2 tires and go. He only has to run about 5 or so laps on that. You can see LT and Big Jim go by. Penz went by. Here comes another cart behind him. I think that's AJ. So at the moment, I think Brett probably has the field trapped. If I had to guess. Because I assume now BKR is up to second with...
Correct. You are correct.
Yeah, so... There goes Alan to get one of his 2 laps back. So he's now back to 1 down. Another car on the pit road. It's an orange car. I don't know if he was out there trying to make it the full distance. He might have already been a lap down and might be more down now. So, I mean, I don't see BKR close to Brett. I don't know if BKR is battling with Big Jim or LT.
BKR is up there by Brett.
Oh, is he?
He's about like halfway over the time.
Oh, that is. I don't know if he's gonna have the time. Because I think
Brett's
they're coming.
been slowing.
What if he goes to time?
Yeah, I mean, you also have to factor in, right, like, once he takes the caution, he has to make it around another lap to pit road, because they're not going to open pit road instantly. There is BKR. Brett is really slowing. So he's probably a little bit more worried than he was with it. Oh, yeah, he's,
Where he's going, yeah.
Either he's really worried or he wants to let people back on the lead lap.
It's really winter competition, man.
Yeah. I mean, he could just do the same thing the next half.
Oh. He's slow.
He's very slow.
Oh, wait, that might be the caution. Okay.
Yeah, that's the caution. So I don't know if you guys did beat him back or not.
We did not.
So BKR got back on the lead lap, luckily for him. Also luckily for Big Jim, because now Big Jim will be the lucky dog. Which means there's going to be 3 cars on the lead lap. 4th on back will be trapped. So at the moment, it's going to be Brett, BKR, and Big Jim. And, I mean, luckily for Brett, the second half of this race is the same length as the first half. So he could just do it again. I would think. There goes Big Jim.
Dad.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cause a quick yellow or 2.
Might have to.
But what a great time, Eli, to thank our sponsors. Double G Construction and Roofing and Richmart Floors. LT, since you're feeling down, I'll buy you a bouquet of flowers and...
Oh, lovely. That lifts the spirits up.
I assume only our pits aren't open yet. PKR's pitting. Was I assume pit
Oh,
road,
there's some trouble with miscommunication at the moment.
Oh,
was pit road open for lead lap cars, or was pit road not
Yes.
open?
Lead lap cars, I think he said it weird. He said it's not open for lap cars. Then,
Alright, so Brett didn't pit because of that. So now Brett not only does he have to go around another lap on those tires, but that, I mean, I assume since BKR pitted, BKR is going to come out as the leader.
Brett's almost out, so we're pushing. I don't know what's happening.
Honestly, you guys shouldn't push him. You guys should let him run out.
Yeah.
If he can't maintain pace speed, right?
I don't think that's how that goes in real life.
Brennan's not happy. He's saying everybody fit.
Alright, so it looks like BKR is giving Brett assistance back to pit road.
Brett was
I'm-
supposed to pit
Yeah,
the lap
Brett,
before.
Brett was supposed to pit because pit road's open to lead lap cars, not lap cars. And Brett thought pit road wasn't open because of some miscommunication. So Brett had to stay on another lap, which in turn compromised his fuel situation. Leading to now him not being able to maintain pace car speed, which in real life would let all those people back on the lead lap. I don't know if that's the case here, because there was a
Brennan is-
miscommunication.
Now it's saying everybody get their lap back, which I don't know what's happening.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't seem to.
Oh my gosh, Brett just wiped out LT entering his pit
Yep.
box.
That would have killed me.
And some pit crew members. Brett obviously driving very angrily. I don't know who's going to cycle as the leader. I mean, I assume Big Jim probably... BKR came down pit road again with Brett. I think Big Jim probably pit with them as well, but now they're side by side off pit road. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if Big Jim maybe inherits the lead, because maybe he pitted when he was supposed to, and then since Brett BKR just came down now, maybe Big Jim gets the lead?
I don't know. I get a lap back. Woo.
There's Big Jim, so he's waiting for... But also Big Jim can't be the leader, though, because he's the lucky dog.
Yeah.
So it would still be Brett. Alright, so Brett doesn't lose the lead out of it, but he does lose the fact that he had all but 3 cars trapped a lap down. He still has a few cars trapped a lap down because some of them were 2 down, like Brennan was 2 down. So he's back to 1 down now, but LT's back on the lead lap. You know, I think Alpha's probably back on the lead lap. Someone else is... What's AJ doing? What's this orange car doing?
Oh, he's disappeared.
Alright.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
He's
Oh,
vanished.
I am so confused. This is a race from hell. Was that ChooseCon?
No, not yet.
Alright, so obviously there is some confusion right now with what to do, who gets laps back and who doesn't, and who's supposed to be lined up where, because there are some guys that are 2 laps down that need to get a lap back, and then there are some guys who are 2 laps down and should be behind some people, like Brendan right now is a lap down, so he shouldn't be up there in 4th. He's not 4th. This would be a good opportunity for some people to come down, though, and maybe top off.
Choose cone this time. I don't know where choose cone is. I think start finish.
Yes. So Brennan should be backing out is what I'm hearing. I mean...
Brennan is starting 4th, he said.
Alright,
So, but he's
I guess-
11th actually.
Yeah, so Brennan is 11th, but I guess since, like, in real life the rule is the wave around cars all start wherever they are anyway, I guess that means that Brennan could technically line up 4th, because in real life that's kind of how they do it, even if you are a wave, like, all wave around start at the back. Yeah. All I know is that this race definitely was cursed from the start whenever I couldn't load in. And then Eli's game crashed twice.
Yeah.
So Brett chose the outside. The outside lane presented by Double G Construction Roofing. The inside lane presented by Richmar Florist. BKR took that one. And I assume we'll be going green this time, and who knows how many laps to go there are now. We'll see how the outside does for Brett on the restart. I'm honestly a little shocked he chose the top. Because really, the guy on the inside dictates how much you can cut the dog leg. If Brett doesn't clear BKR, BKR could just hold him up there if he really
run
wanted
off
to.
the corner.
Oh, well.
Or he
my.
just does that. Or Matt Kansas, everybody.
Radiator gone.
BKR did not, either BKR just did not expect that, or Brett pulled something on the restart. I would not be surprised if it was maybe a mix of the two.
Oh, Brennan said he forgot to get on the lead lap.
Well, no, he got one of his laps back, so he shouldn't have been back on the lead lap.
Well, I think he wanted everybody back in the lead lap.
Oh.
Just to
Is that
stop
how that would
confusion,
work?
but I don't know. I really... that kind of screws Brett, but I don't know.
I just figured whoever was ahead of Brett whenever he ran out of fuel and had to get pushed back, they would just get one of their laps back. And if that happened to put them back on the lead lap, they were back on the lead lap.
Yeah, that's completely easier.
Eli's very silent, so he's definitely confused.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
This is more confusing than a NASCAR race, and I thought they were confusing, so we are. So I wonder, with how many laps they ran under caution, I wonder if there are going to be some people that are going to be able to just make it on one stop now. I wonder if they did enough under caution to where, you know, Alpha was within a few laps of doing it. That orange car was within a few, I don't know, the orange car's out though now, I assume. Was that ball stick? Or, no, that was the 5. It was, I don't know. Oh, it was Craig. Is BKR trying to recover from his terrible restart? So with how many laps there are to go? This is, I think, 69 to go right here. I think they, yeah, nice. They probably restart with like 73, 74 to go, so you have to go 37 on each thing of tires. LT, I don't know if you know their whole tire mileage, but that might be close for you.
Probably is. Okay.
There you have it. LT does not care. Meanwhile, Big Jim's made some good adjustments to his car. Dare I say, he's made some big time adjustments to his car. And he's moving up onto the back of Brett. They definitely have to wonder, if a yellow does not come out in this half, we're going to have tire mileage again, and
Brett did it already. So he's probably feeling safe.
you definitely know Brett is rooting for no more yellows. Meanwhile, I'm sure there are some people who are right now praying that a yellow comes out. Especially if you are a lap down and you're trying to get the lucky dog. Big Jim really wide off 2 and probably had to lift out of the gas and lost
that
time.
wall comes up quick.
It does come up quick. I can't count the amount of times where I have puckered up seeing that wall coming up. Brett really aggressive into the corner. Big Jim kind of just rode the middle. Turns down below the yellow. Now, Brett may also not be trying to do too much of a dive. He might be trying to save the tires that way. Especially if you get below the apron, those tires just start eating up. Even like cutting the dog leg.
It does, yeah.
That will wear the tires a little bit. So, I mean, if it is close enough for some drivers to where they're maybe like, oh, I'm within like a lap or 2 of doing it, they could probably try and do it by just not going below the apron ever. As you can see, Big Jim wanting to pass Brett here. Is Brett maybe trying to save tires? Possibly. Big Jim might be pushing it. That or the 3 car just got so much better and we didn't get to see it until now, but Big Jim's clear and he's out in front. I believe only he and Brett have really led laps today. But Brett back to the inside. Big Jim clear him. Yes, he will. Oh, Brett! That was that car snapped on exit. And he's very lucky he didn't wreck in front of BKR and LT, but that slowed up BKR, and here comes that number 19 trying to look for a way around. Right now it's just these four in a world of their own. I can't tell who's fifth. It might be either Alan or Alpha. It looks like it's Alpha. The car looks terrible. See for a second. So Brett, I wonder if Brett is saving.
I guess maybe.
Oh, BKR just rooted him out of the way. Here comes LT trying to filter to the bomb as well. I also have to wonder if maybe Brett's trying to just save it all in one run, to where maybe that final run he just doesn't have to worry about tires.
That'd be smart.
Diving into turns 1 and 2. Brett kind of found a home in between BKR and LT at the moment. Kind of stabilizing there and even gaining back on BKR, so I mean, I wouldn't think you would drop off like that and then just start going again if you're saving tires. I don't. He's already looking to pass BKR again. So I don't know. I really don't know what happened there.
Maybe he tightened it up early?
Maybe.
Early.
Diving into BKR trying to complete this pass, but it's very hard to make it work on the inside here. You need to be perfect and maybe even try and slide job in 1 and 2. See Brett trying to use the lane. BKR doesn't want to give him that lane. Brett trying to stay inside but can't. BKR able to keep second for now, but Brett's going to dive back low, but it's so hard to make it work on the bottom in 3 and 4.
Stayed pretty even with
He did do a really good job there, and BKR's not cutting. Might just, I was going to say he might just let Brad have the spot, but he drove it hard to the top of 1 and 2, and right there, that is a power move for BKR. All this line, Big Jim to pull away, the points leader. Looking to extend that gap. Brett goes really wide. Oh, he almost got in the wall. Brett gonna run wider again through 1 and 2. BKR maybe starting to lag a little bit again. Are they starting to reel in Big Jim? A little bit.
Maybe Big Jim loosened it up.
It did seem like, you know, over the course of even the first half of this race, where Big Jim did pretty decent on the shorter run, but then once laps started getting on the tires, that's where he started to fade off. I have to wonder if that's happening again, where he just can't find the long runs being that 3 car, whereas BKR, Brett, and LT, they seem to have it. Mostly Brett and BKR. They've been definitely, I think, the class of the entire field. If there's anyone that's saving tires, it's probably the man in 5th, Alpha. He's not battling anyone, no one's near him. And, yeah, he just doesn't have to worry about anyone. I think Tiger's the nearest car behind him. So we'll just have to see how this all plays out.
You stay close to these guys. They keep battling. You can stay close.
That is true. The more they battle, the faster he'll be. Then as you can see, BKR really gaining on Big Jim now, and might be able to make the pass within a few laps. Catching is one thing, passing is another. Big Jim normally doesn't fight too terribly hard, though. If he knows that he's the slower guy, he normally just likes to let people go. He doesn't want to put himself in, especially with the points that he has. I know BKR is second in points and whatnot, his closest competition for the championship, but I think Big Jim would rather just let BKR go and not make a mistake himself and Big Jim goes wide, trying to give BKR maybe some room, and the 11 all but clear the 3 off 2. I think we'll have him in 3 and 4 right here. Brett should. Oh, Big Jim.
And
there you go. BKR will clear on exit, bringing Brett with him. Brett might look for a run as well on the 11. LT joining to make it 4 cars right together for the lead.
Brett got a little tight.
He slid up, and I don't know if he made contact with the 3, but it was oh so close, and Brett clears for second. See if LT has an easy enough time to get by Big Jim. See Brett now on the tackler with BKR. That might have been AJ. Looked like a white car. He might have been trying to split it into even marks, knowing that he wasn't going to be able to do it on one. So why not just go like 25, 25, 25? Yeah, Big Jim back to fourth now. LT's by him. But it's all about the tire mileage here with how long these halves of the race are with the fuel window, whatnot, the tire mileage, you know. On tires, for most people, it's probably about mid-30s, with the halves being 78, 78. That really creates a situation where tires are the main deciding factor rather than fuel. You know, normally it's like we talk about who can save the most fuel. Well, here it's like who can save the tires the best.
And Brett was the only one we've seen in the first half of the race.
That's true. We saw Alpha do a decent job with it. He went longer than most people. They still didn't go as long as Brett was going to, but Alpha did come within about 5 laps of the first half, which was about 73 laps, which is probably about maybe a lap or 2 shorter than what this run is going to be with all those extra yellows.
He's been back here by himself.
Yeah, so he could just be saving. Meanwhile, Brett's been battling. I don't know if he's been saving too desperately. Well, let's see. They're coming down to, I believe, 46 to go right here. So if they can make it another about 10 laps, they could probably do it. Let's have to see who can go the furthest on tires with this first run. BKR's done a really good job though once he got out to the lead. I thought Brett was going to be able to hound him for a little bit, but yeah, I think Brett's been pushing as well, but BKR's just doing a good enough job
he overdrove the corner.
Yeah, Brett is really pushing, trying to get to BKR. LG's right now kind of a quiet third. Big Jim letting AJ, who is on fresher tires, a lap car, try and get by. Big Jim really up against the wall, trying to give him all the room. Brennan's tires are down below 20, both on the right side. And this time by for the leaders, they'll be seeing 43 to go. So they're getting down to that window where like they can taste it just doing one stop. It's oh so close for them.
Alpha's guys.
Alpha is catching up to Big Jim for sure. In fact, I think even before pit stops he'll be able to pass Big Jim. And Brett's catching up to BKR as well for the lead. This time right here should be 42 to go, so they are so close to one stop in this half. Now once again, I don't know the exact number of laps that this second half of the race has been, since they did a few more laps under yellow than they were supposed to. I would assume it was around 75, 74 laps, which would be 37, 38 laps. Which seems like a stretch for a lot of people, but some might be willing to try it, even if they don't think they can. LT sounds very stressed.
I have to come in.
LT has to pit.
Otherwise I'd wreck everybody behind me.
Well, that would have been a yellow. You maybe should have thought about it. So LT pitted with, I think he's going to come around to 40 to go right here. So he probably went about 35 laps, which is around the number that we were kind of putting out the relay as kind of the normal. Brett is still in the back bumper. BKR. BKR and Brett staying on the lap. BKR might let Brett go. So, Eli, was that to save tires?
Yeah, or he's pitting like this lap.
Big Jim pitted. Well, BKR's running wide. I'd have to think that maybe he's starting to save tires. I think Big Jim pitted last lap.
He saved tires about for the lead.
BKR come in. So that leaves Brett and Alpha out there with the front 5. Brett just crossed, I believe that was 38 to go this time by. He's crossing 38 to go right here. So if he can go another lap or two, then he knows he can only, he only has to do 1 stop. Also watch out for Alpha, what he does.
Alpha pit.
Alpha pits, so that's right on the window. He's coming around to, I think, 37 to go, so, I mean, it would be doable for sure. But he may not just want, maybe he knows, obviously he knows more than we do of what this run was. As Brett will come in just a lap after Alpha, so. If you're Alpha, you're, oh wow, Brennan had a 15-0 on his pit stop. We'll have to see if maybe they give him the extra 10th and give him a 14-9. Nah, it was a 15-0, but that's still a mighty impressive pit stop. So now Brett pits, coming to I think 36 to go. So he'll have to go about 36 laps on these tires, which I think should be easily doable. LT is definitely praying for yellow right now. You can hear it in his voice.
Gonna blow a tire with like 3 to go.
Well, entertainment. We'll see where BKR comes out in relation to Brett. Obviously, BKR has to be worried about his tires and how he's going to be able to try and make it to the end if he can. There's Brett leaving. Where's BKR? Here he comes. BKR inherits the lead, but the question is, can BKR make it on tires? I don't think so with when he pitted. I think he pitted maybe a lap or two too soon to do that. There's, I think, is that Alpha back there? Is he down with Big Jim? Yeah, there's Alpha. Entering turn 1. He's in front of Big Jim, so that's right now 4th place. Well, we have to think that Alpha also will probably be good on tires. So he could probably, I mean, Brett would be a stretch to catch. But Alpha can maybe find himself in 2nd here. This Big Jim is behind him in 5th, just trying to keep that points lead, but Big Jim also pitted pretty early, so he might have to come in for 2 tires at the end, which could be detrimental to his finishing position. Brett is looking on BKR. Eli, if you're BKR, do you try and fight Brett here and just hope a yellow comes out, or do you let him go and maybe just try and save tires to get the best finish possible?
I would just try to save. Like, a 2nd is way better than a 5th or 6th if he 5th or something.
Might even be worse than that. Might be like 8th or 9th. It's Brett to the inside of BKR. Will BKR give in? No, they're going to race door to door off 2 and down the backstretch for the lead. This all coming with about 30 laps to go in this race.
And crossing over.
He's looking to do it.
Yeah. I guess the saving tire strategy is out the window.
Yeah, I guess for BKR, it's just going to be hope and pray yellow comes out, and you're the leader when the yellow does come out. He sends it deep into one, which
Or
actually
he
hurts.
might get you.
Oh, well.
Oh, kind of.
I thought it was going to hurt his exit, but he was able to just slow it down enough in the middle of the corner to turn it back, but Brett is clear. Brett immediately dives back to the bottom. BKR goes a little bit top side. And this time after the leaders, 30 to go right there. BKR again dives it to the top. LT is third, but once again, those tires are going to be probably short on him by a few laps. Alpha in fourth, we think, can do it, like Brett on just one stop. See BKR riding up Eli. Do you think he's riding up there to try and save, or is he just riding that lane for whatever reason?
I mean, I don't know.
Because with how he's been battling Brett, I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
to be fair, there have been sometimes where, you know, in Code Red here at Phoenix, I know you weren't racing in that, but we were forced, you see that dotted black line, we were forced to race above that through the dogleg to make it a little bit more realistic, because in real life the drivers don't just all the time go darting down to the inside. They'd be ruining the bottom sides of their cars, and, you know, everything would be all messed up. Yeah, so we were forced to ride above that dotted black line, which is that lane lower than the white line, or the yellow line, for the dog leg, and I ran my fastest lap ever at Phoenix using that. It just doesn't seem like it should work like that, but it just helps your entry into one so much.
Yeah. You don't gotta go from like bottom to top or
Yeah.
whatever.
But it's also interesting because, you know, I ran my fast lap ever using that, but whenever I'm in a league race, I still cut through the dog leg.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
we're in the wall.
You hit that pretty hard.
Yeah.
Talking about pushing it when you don't really need to. Brett right now is, I feel like he's pretty comfortable, because I feel like his nearest guy that can make it on tires is way back there. It's Alpha. I think that's AJ on pit road, using his third strategy. To be fair, Brett probably doesn't know if BKR can make it or not. I assume, you know, they're all in the same party, but I would assume that BKR probably isn't telling Brett. I also think about, you know, if you're BKR, the points you could gain if you could make it out of tires. Because Big Jim might not be able to make it, and he might have to pit, and he might lose. Like, he might fall back to 9th or 10th. So for BKR, you could probably think about the championship picture here and be like, alright, I'm gonna back off and just start saving. I might be a lap or two short on tires, so let me try and save that. And I mean, depending on what tire it is, normally it's the right rear here. If you have the car tight enough, it could sometimes be the right front, which would be a great scenario. If you're on the last lap, you blow the right front, you just put it in the wall and wall it for the last lap and get around maybe 3rd or 4th if you're BKR. But he is letting Brett get away, which, I mean, while not good news for the race win, could be good news for his tires. And he's also not been darting down below the onto the dog leg the last few laps. He's been
then Diamond it off either.
Yeah, he just hit the wall right there.
Well,
And then he decided to cut through the dog leg.
you know they're talking about him.
We'll see. Yeah, so you see he's kind of running a little bit higher here, and he's not going to cut it all the way down. He's just going to keep it right in the middle right there. That's going to help the tires.
Yeah.
That's not going to help the tires, though, doing that. You start getting out towards the wall, you turn it more, you're going to kill the right front. Not only that, but you might kill the right rear if you start sliding sideways off the corners. So now he's starting to cut again. There were a few laps there where he was staying above.
Who knows?
Right here again, he's just going to stay in the middle. Knock it down near that yellow line. Brett has lap traffic ahead, so I assume we'll move out of the way. There he goes to the inside of Penn's. Next up for him is Tiger. Tiger normally very, very fast at these types of tracks, but struggling here today, and you have to think mostly due to probably the tires. He might be trying to save, possibly. Hyundai in that 32 car. Doesn't look like it's going to be a great start to the chase for the driver 32. That time BKR stayed above again.
I don't know. I guess he's seeing how much he worries of a few laps. Yeah.
That time the leaders just took 19 to go, so they still have a good ways to go.
It can be interesting. Might see like cars spinning in the wall.
Yeah, you might see a few cars start blowing tires in the last few laps. I have to wonder if Big Jim has really started to save tires because I don't see him anywhere in sight. His car wasn't that bad, so I have to assume that maybe he started. Maybe,
oh yeah, he's not even cutting. He's just running.
Yeah, you have to assume that he is trying to make it on tires, try to preserve as many points as he can, because if he pits, he's down to 8th, 9th, 10th. That would not be good. Okay, again, not cutting Brett. 2-3 lanes down below. Now 17 to go here at Phoenix. It was a very interesting race. We missed the first 15 laps because of some server issues, but we got in, and since we got in, Brett has been the dominant force in this race, both on speed and on strategy. We've had many people lag out, wreck out, whatever it is. There's about 5 or 6 cars on pit road that are not a part of this race. And on top of it all, the midway yellow was all confusing, and speaking of confusing, Brendan right in front of Brett just had a moment.
That was quite scary.
And Brett made sure he dove down below the apron to get away from him in the corner. So now that puts Brendan 2 laps down. He's trying to save tires to make it to the end. He thinks that maybe some people might start pitting and he can gain some spots just by staying out here. PKR also around Brendan. Then the interesting thing though, Eli, is if you're LT's pitting, so he's probably gonna just try 4 tires now and run like hell. But sometimes, Eli, when you're trying to save tires, you're slowing down. That right rear just starts getting killed.
Yeah.
And sometimes saving tires actually hurts one tire, and it's the worst tire to hurt.
You know, if you want to save tires, you gotta tighten the car a lot.
Yeah.
So that doesn't happen.
LT will go 1 lap down. That should put him around 9th place or so. 8th. There you go. I think that's Alan right in front of Brett as well. So Alan might go a lap down here, yeah, in the 88. And for a lot of these drivers, they are really banking that they can make it. Because if they're saving and then they even can't make it, they've lost so much time.
Oh.
See, Alan's going to go a lap down. For LT, that was a smart call to come in and get 4, because with Alan still out there saving and some others as well, you might be able to pick up another spot or 2, which, while it doesn't seem big and while it's going to be a, well, for LT, I think even a 5th place is disappointing.
I took 2, not 4.
Okay. Well,
4 would
LT
have put me
took
too
2.
far back.
Even then, I mean, Alan is really slow out there. He is, I mean, basically, I mean, it's like he's not even in the gas down the straightaway. As leaders have 11 to go, 10 at the line. So Brett is nearing the point of no return. There's a comfortable gap. As BKR is probably still saving, trying to save in 2nd. And he's a good ways back. That was 10 to go right there. Brendan's just moved up to 9th, so I think he passed someone maybe in pit road. I think Alpha's starting to reel in BKR a little bit. So you can maybe see the number 11 struggling in front of him, trying to save tires. Alpha's like, well, I'm good on tires. I believe right there that was 9 to go. Yes, it was. This time by it's 8 to go for Brett. There's more traffic in front of him. Looks like that's Big Jim.
Yeah. He's really saving.
Yeah, so you know for BKR, once Brett takes once Brett laps Big Jim, and if he keeps on the lap down for BKR, his goal is just make it to the white, and then he's guaranteed to finish in front of Big Jim. Actually, Big Jim, he is really trying to save whatever tires he needs to make it to the end. Brett's going to dive to the inside. Brett will put Big Jim one lap down. Big Jim enters as the championship leader, and that championship lead might get cut just a little bit. Because BKR is running in second, and I mean, I would think with how he's been saving, he's probably going to finish second or third. See, BKR really let off as well. Actually, I'm starting to wonder if Alpha might pass him.
Alpha's been flying.
So that was 6 to go for Brett, 5 to go at the line. There's Alpha. He's right behind BKR.
Yeah,
BKR's just gonna let him go. He's saying, "You go. You can take second. That's fine." BKR is more concerned about just saving those tires and making sure he can make it to the end and just try and grab third. Or, I mean, I don't know how many cars are on the lead lap, but it can't be many. So,
yeah.
At most, it's probably 4.
Big Jim's going really high.
Yeah. Right here for Brett, he's about to take 4 to go. So we have gotten to the point where no more yellows will come out. So even a yellow cannot dictate the end of this race. It's all now tire mileage, who can make it, who can't. We assume that Brett and Alpha are good to go first and second. BKR still saving in third. Just trying to make it to the checkered flag. Now Brett sees 3 to go. I think that's Glizzy in front of him. We haven't really talked about Glizzy today, but I mean, he very well could be in a decent position if he's on the lead lap. And now Brett coming around at 2 to go. He loves seeing no one behind him at all. And only Glizzy a second or 2 in front of him. So you could really just coast it home from here. He's come around to the white flag. If I've done all the math correctly, this should be the white flag. And Brett for sure is definitely probably good to go. Yeah, Big Jim is 5th. And he got put a lap down, so there are not many cars.
It is a gaggle of cars off.
Yeah, there are cars. I mean, LT's trying to get spots.
Oh!
Brett is into 3 and 4. He's going to win the race. Dominating fashion for Brett. LT is got by Big Jim. He's got by Tiger. That might be 5th place for LT. I think he kept his top 5 streak alive, Eli.
I think it would.
Just barely. Wow. So that was a chaotic ending for that. BKR may have actually blown a tire off the final corner because he spun to the line.
He spun.
3 cars finished on the lead lap. It was Brett, Alpha, and BKR that saved their tires to win it. Glizzy was on the lead lap. He got lapped right at the end, but he ends up in 4th. So, I mean, great strategy for Glizzy to get that done. LT still's 5th at the end. Big Jim 6th. Not the best day for the points there, but it could have been a lot worse. Tiger ends up in 7th. AJ 8th. I think Brennan was 9th. And Pennz ends up in 10th. And I think AJ got 11th. Those were the cars that finished the race. So, wow. We had strategy ending. Allen got 11th in the 88. AJ got 8th. Craig got 12th. Tango 13th. West 14th. Ballstick 15th. Brody 16th. And Koala 17th. That was the field. We had 11 cars finish. 3 on the lead lap. A few 2 laps down. A few 1 lap down. And then 12th on down to 17th were all out of the race. So Eli, strategy ending, but not,
Yeah.
not the normal strategy we're used to seeing. Normally it's fuel, but here at Phoenix it very much became a tire race, which was interesting to see at the end, especially when we saw about 6 cars packed together, uh,
Yeah.
coming to the
They're
checkered
about
flag.
to
Some
crash.
2 laps down, some 1 lap down, some on the lead lap. But we have second place in here, so I guess we'll start with Alpha. Alpha, your new paint scheme looks like it brought you a little bit of luck. Uh, it was a lot of tire saving out there. Take us through the second half of the race from your perspective, because you were just by yourself pretty much the whole time.
Uh, yeah, I started last pretty much and got to like top 5. I was not gonna beat any of the top 4, that's for sure. But to be honest, I wasn't even saving. I was just pushing it as much as I could. I just not fast here. So, like, I was just pushing it every lap, and I got lucky enough for my right rear to just, like, hang on. And I finished the race with 2% on my right rear, so um, congrats to Ace. I know a lot of people are angry about saving the tires and everything. I don't blame them. I really don't. But I'll take a second, especially me in the playoffs getting second first race. It's good, great thing.
Sounds like the extra lap or two of yellow at the midway helped you make it to the end, considering you're on 2% at the end.
To be honest, I was actually thinking about pitting right before the choose cone
Yeah.
and just lose those positions. But then I thought, yeah, I'm gonna lose too many positions, so I stayed out. But I should have. But that's okay.
Well, it worked out just
Please.
perfectly for you. Congrats on second. Good points because you were in a deep hole for the playoffs, so this helps you out.
Yep.
Let's go to someone who was up there in points entering. BKR came in second in points, and you finished at a big gym. Got third place. It all came down to tire saving at the end, and it looked like for a while you're going to be battling Brett, but then you decided to back off to save that tire. It looked like it was the smart call in the end because Big Jim ended up a lap down. Take us through it because I know it for sure. Tire saving is very, very hard at a track like this.
Well, the car wasn't that loose, so I felt like even if it was tight, the more pressure would go on the right front. But I pitted too early. I thought I could stretch it longer because in the first run I stretched it 36 to 37 laps. And if you split it by that, you could have made it just fine without having to save like crazy. But I pitted too early or I was going to blow a tire if I ran another lap. So it had to come down to me saving like crazy because I knew Ace would have been able to make it based off of the first half. And he just ran away with it. He was going to be fine. And then Alpha ended up catching me too because I backed off a good 2 seconds just to make it. And I blew a tire exiting 4 on the last lap. But luckily everyone else went a lap down and we started saving at the right time because we pushed it in the first run and for us to get track position. But, you know, I don't know. I couldn't do much. You know, the car, I could have made the car tighter, but then that would have only shifted the wear to the right front, and I still would have had to save regardless. So it's kind of a bummer it didn't come down to speed, but you know, you get what you get. But I finished third. It's a good first race, I guess. We started in the back, so good. A good race, solid. Just wish it came down to speed.
I know Eli probably doesn't have a question for you. So congrats on the third place. I know you probably had speed to race around Brett and probably battle for the win, but all in all, it was a very successful day, as you mentioned, after starting at the rear.
Yep.
And we'll move on to the race winner, Brett. You did it.
Hello.
Your race was, well, the midpoint of your race was very eventful. You ran out of fuel. People got laps back.
Well,
and
there was miscommunication. I thought
heard.
pit road was closed, and so then I stayed out, and everyone yelled at me. Yeah, ran out. I crossed the line at the stage end with no fuel and 1% on my right rear. I went around a whole nother 2 laps on that somehow, or maybe 3, because 2 or 3, I don't know. Either way, it was pretty long that I went with no fuel and no tire. Didn't blow a tire. And then stupid mistakes ended up giving everyone their lap back. You know, but still got the win, so.
Yeah, still worked out for you, even in the end, and maybe it made it a little bit more fun for you. I know you probably weren't worried about fun, but at least you had some people to battle with.
You know, some people really take the fun out of it. You know, the same people who complain about how this game is a copy and paste are the ones who still can't figure out how to save tires. I've done Phoenix many times, done the same thing, controller and wheel. I will say wheel makes it easier, but I've done it on controller before, so, you know, it's kind of hypocritical there. And then, you know, people, whenever you win a strategy race, they hate on you, and I got tired of it. So I don't know if some people around me have realized I don't use my clutch anymore, and I still find a way to win strategy races, and I guess that's not enough for everyone else as they, you know, continue to hate and disrespect. So it's whatever. I'll take it. I guess I gotta put away my wheel now. So
Eli, our winner, is fired up.
I like it.
Eli, do you have a question for him? Make him madder.
No, let's not do that one.
All right, well, we'll leave it at that. Congrats, Brad, on the win. Dominating fashion. You were, I would say, maybe the fastest car out there with BKR. So definitely well earned.
I don't know, if it came down to battling, I think the top three were dead even. So I don't think either one of us had a specific advantage, but I definitely lacked on the short run, but I was on a much tighter setup than everyone else, and I adjusted a lot tighter too. So that really came to show there in the early parts of runs. But my long run car was beautiful. I really didn't have any issues with looseness at all. I'd get loose, but it was controllable all the way through. So it was good, and I was saving every single lap of that race. And I'm not joking about that.
Well, congrats on the win, Brett. Go enjoy it.
Thank you.
Spoiled the chase party.
For sure.
So, that's it from Phoenix. It was a bumpy start, for sure, for the chase. Missing the first, 14, 15 laps because of some heat server issues. But it was all corrected, and we move on to hopefully a little bit of a more calm start next week to Canadian Tire Road Course in the Chase. That will be a fun one. That'll be probably a wild card for sure. We'll be seeing some different faces at the front. So, Eli, do you have any words about what we might see next week at Canadian Tire?
Chaos. Last lap. Chaos.
Last corner?
Third place guy. Yeah, Third place guy might win the race.
I'd like to be a number 20 coming off turn whatever that is on the last lap.
Don't be an 88.
Or if, what was it, 38?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be an 88 or 38. So thanks, everyone, for watching Phoenix Chase Race number 1 of the Elite Racer Series Season 2. Tune in next week at the same time for Canadian Tire. Have a good week, everyone.